At the end of the day, there has to be something unique about you that attracts people, that brings some sort of attention. It could be the style of your clothing, your shoes, you have a nice watch, you pull up in a nice car, people are gonna think, okay, what does this person do or who are they? If you pull up in a Ferrari, people are gonna think, okay, who's gonna step out of it? They're
All right.
Estamos aquí.
Estamos aquí. Welcome to today's podcast, One Social Life.
Yes, sir.
I'm very, very happy to have a very special guest today, my big buddy, Cam.
Você já sabe.
Você já sabe.
Podemos hablar en español, we can speak in English.
English, Espanol, Portuguese, whatever you want. He's a great filmmaker. He's traveled a lot, over 23 countries, if I'm not wrong. And today we are in Medellín, Colombia, where we actually met for the first time. When was it?
Probably like 3 weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago, yes. And that's what we all talk about in this podcast. We talk about networking, how to meet people, how to build great networks. And that's why we are here. So yeah, could you quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, man.
And also maybe we go first of all, okay, how did we meet? How actually it was through networking, basically.
Sure. So just to, a brief rundown on me, I'm a filmmaker, a director, photographer, a world traveler, an athlete. And from my early days playing soccer, that's what exposed me to the world. My dad played soccer. So he lived in Europe for a little while. I went to Brazil a few times, many different countries. So that opened my mind to what's out there. And once you realize what's out there, you realize there's an endless amount of opportunities to meet people, to have new experiences and new food. And for me, it's just so fulfilling. So when I had the opportunity to come to an event that you put on, that I was invited to with a friend, there was no hesitation. I knew, okay, I need to go to that for sure. I know I'm gonna meet someone interesting. And I know we connected super well. You're from Brazil. I've been to Brazil.
Yeah,
I love
perfect.
soccer. So, to me, the more that technology advances, the more that we're on our phones and online, the more valuable in-person conversations become, in-person events as well. So that's why I really admire what you're doing with One Social Life. And that's why we're really here right now to talk about that.
Yes, to talk about networking, everything. What is important to create connections. You grew up in the US. When was the first time you actually left the US, and how was the first experience?
I think the first time I left the US was to Cancun, Mexico, which was more of a, we were on a resort. I was with my mom, my dad, and my grandmother. They were on a business trip, which was still super cool. But the first time I really left the country and was in a total, I don't want to say total different environment because Cancun's different, but it was more touristy, was Ireland.
Yeah.
I went with my family for a wedding when I was like 8 years old.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so being able to go to Europe at a young age, it was great.
And then, like we said, you went to 23 countries. How did you realize, okay, I need to move more, I need to get out there, I need to make new experiences. Probably US is not enough for me. I want to meet new cultures, meet other type of people. When did this all start?
So when I was 18 years old, I graduated high school early. I moved to Germany to pursue a professional career in soccer.
Yeah.
But to live in Germany, I had to take a German class, 4 days a week, in order to have a visa to stay there. So when I was in that German class, there's probably 20 people in the class. There's only one other American person. So we connected on a really unique level because we were from the same country. I'm from Florida, she's from Oregon, like 5-hour plane ride from each other.
Yeah.
But we connected really well because we both could speak English. We would grab lunch like every day after class. And that's what, it just made me feel, the first time I felt proud to really be American was like connecting with another American while I was in a different country.
Yeah, that gives like immediately if you meet somebody, it gives like a connection just because you are from the same language.
Exactly. And then in the US, it's usually the opposite. Like I'm from the US and there's people from all different countries coming to the US to be there. So I got to experience their perspective of being a foreigner, maybe not speaking the native language. being in Germany gave me that experience, and it was fun. I met so many people. I got to learn a new language, experience new culture, new food, and that was fulfilling for me.
How long have you been in Germany though then?
I was there for 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I lived a long time in Germany, so
sprichst du Deutsch, ja?
yeah, ich spreche auch Deutsch. Yeah. We can do everything. Yeah, I know Germany can be, especially because of the language, it can be kind of hard, and sometimes it needs time to get warm with people. But eventually, if you find the connection with the people, they are all very friendly and very reliable. That's what I like about Germany, because if you get to know the people, and you can trust them. So that's something I learned a lot in Germany.
What I loved is before I was in Germany, I had a misconception or a stereotype, or people would say, oh, German's a rough language, or people are not that friendly, but I had the exact opposite experience. I thought people were friendly. I actually enjoyed the language. I thought it was a little bit easier than Spanish. It's similar to English once you get into it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because German is a Germanic language.
Yeah.
English is a Germanic language, but Spanish, French, Portuguese, those
Like
are all.
all Roman, Latin,
Yeah.
Latin languages. Yeah.
But like having a certain perspective before you go somewhere, and then when you go there, it totally changes. That's what I love. When I went to Haiti, it was the same thing. It's dangerous. People get kidnapped. Like, of course, things can happen, but my experience was incredible. It was way better than what I could have even imagined, and it was a lot different. So I think it's important to travel because we get programmed into thinking a certain place is a certain way. Like even Colombia, we think cartel, Escobar, drugs, danger.
All these typical stereotypes. Yeah. Which sometimes is kind of okay to play with it, so you can understand, to have a basic understanding. But oftentimes when you get there, it's like totally different. I mean, something is true in every stereotype, but it's still so much different if you actually get there. Like if I talk to family in Brazil, or even I have also family in Germany that lives in Germany, when I say about Colombia, even like German friends, the first thing they say, okay, be careful with the trucks. Like, that's the kind of, or then, oh yeah, super dangerous, and I like the Brazilians, but Brazil, to be honest, is more dangerous than actually here. So that's it's still, the stereotypes still fall, or they still go through everywhere you go. But it's sometimes it's really funny.
Yeah, that's why it's important to experience it for yourself. Have your own perception. Don't just go off of what people say, just have your own. So with all of that and the travel and stuff, when did you get into one social life? Or what is one social life for people that don't know?
Yeah, one social life is especially for people that want to create a social circle. Wherever they are in the world, if they are traveling, digital nomads, maybe they stay longer in one place, and then they want to create connections with different people, meet people, go out, also a little bit dating, how to meet girls, how to build a social circle, that you are a guy of making things and not just waiting for things to happen. So you are the creator of your own life, of your own social life. That's why one social life, and that's my vision I have behind it, just to help men, help people to connect, grow, and reach whatever they want in their social lives.
What was your inspiration behind creating it? Like, was there a certain moment where you're like, you know what, I'm good at connecting people, I need to put events together? What was there a certain moment that you...
I mean, a couple of years ago, I always was this social person, right? And I went out a lot, but sometimes with not too much friend wants to come along, and I would think, okay, how can I create an environment that I am organizing everything and people just can come in my life instead I'm coming to their life. So I'm creating my life and then let people to join. So a couple of years ago, and then I started doing different events, from photo shoot, networking events with influencer models. Then I did small things just only with friends, or traveling with different people. then until now here in Medellín, starting to do wellness, yoga events, something different than just going out and drinking alcohol. So that's like something completely different, but everything comes down to connecting with people, and that's what I enjoy, and that's how we met, and that's why we are here. What I'm curious to know about your story. So you have been an athlete for many years, and then you got into filmmaking. When did it become from a hobby to be professional? I know you got a present, like a camera present from your mother when you were young, and how did this all like play out in becoming, okay, I'm doing now content, doing film, and all this?
Man, it all started, I was in college, and a lot of my friends that went to the same school would ask me to do photo shoots, and I just did them for fun. One day I did a shoot, she paid me $40 after the shoot.
Oh,
It was a free shoot, but she gave me $40. So I was like, wait, I can make money taking pictures. People see value in this.
yeah.
I went on Google, I asked Google, when is the right time to start charging people for my photography? And then it was like, the answer was, if people are asking you to take their pictures, you should start charging. That means you're good enough, people see value in it. And then I was working at a spa at the time, actually, the front desk, doing sales calls and stuff like that, booking appointments. 1 week, I made more money doing photography than what I made in 2 weeks at the spa. And that just gave me the confidence to like, you know what, I'm gonna pursue this. Spoke to the manager. She was like, Cam, you have a lot of talent. I'm not surprised that you did that. Like, I want you to keep pursuing that. I ended up leaving there, dropped out of college, moved up to Tampa for an opportunity to work at a fitness facility, did all the content and photography for them. And I was just doing photography, no video.
Yeah.
They asked if I did video, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna learn. Next week, taught myself video, filmed a video, edited it, showed it to them, they loved it. And then I got hired on a retainer contract, I think like $1,000 a month or $500 a month, negotiated it to $1,000. And I was like, wow, like this is, went from $40 for a photo shoot to $1,000 a month to do what was a hobby at the time. So I didn't understand the value of it because it was just a hobby. And that's really what propelled me into it turning into a career.
Well, how did you then learn the skill? Like, did you just go out there and take action? Hey, I start taking pictures and I figured out on the way, or have you been someone that was like doing any course on photography? How did that go?
I actually remember I wanted to go to a film school because I was thinking that's the route that someone has to take because I didn't have the money. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna either learn working for this fitness facility or I'm gonna take out a loan and film go to this film school in Orlando. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just learn while I'm doing it. So I did that and I learned as I went, met the right people that were better than me. I learned certain things on YouTube, but really just trial and error. I remember I would rent, there's this website called borrowlenses.com and you can rent any lens. They send it to you overnight. $50, use the lens for 3 days. And then in those 3 days, I would book a bunch of shoots for fun, for free, to see how that lens worked. So now I know which lenses I like, which I don't like. So really it was just trial and error and experimentation. I stayed in that experimentation mindset. I was just hungry to learn more and just try more.
Yeah, and then trying out what works, what doesn't work. And I think that's actually a very good point nowadays, because many people nowadays, they just consume. They say, okay, I want to take pictures, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they only consume, they don't come into action. So in my mind, it's so important nowadays to just do it. Or even like if you are building your personal brand or your social media, just start. Take a phone, talk to the phone, or take a cool video about the location, whatever. It's all about just start, and then you can figuring out. But many people nowadays are just consuming, and they're saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that, but never really start. And then 1 year goes by, 2 years goes by, and they think, oh, I always wanted to do this, but yeah, why have you never started? And that's what I like about when people realize they need to take action in order to something happen, because that's the self, how can I say, the responsibility you have for yourself. If you don't do it, you cannot expect somebody else can do it for you. So you need to be the creator of your own life. And I think that's exactly what what you did with your photography, filmmaking, and nowadays you are having a lot of different gigs, even professional athletes. You do different documentaries. Can you talk a little bit about what you do there?
Absolutely. I do want to respond to one of
Yeah.
your points
Oh
you
yeah,
made.
yeah, sure,
Well,
sure.
just about like just
Yeah.
doing it and taking action. That's why I'm in Medellin right now. That's probably why you're here too. Like a lot of people want this perfect plan of how things are going to play out if they move to a different country or go on a trip or vacation or whatever. But sometimes you just have to go experience something, because when you go and experience something, a lot of the ideas that you want are going to manifest during that experimentation phase. Like maybe you don't have a ton of money, but take that trip. I remember when I first went to Colombia, I didn't have much money, but it was an amazing trip and it gave me motivation to want to work harder so I could come back and do the same thing or go to a different place and do the same thing. So that's why like just taking action is the most important. And then on your point about consumption, consuming and creating, they need to have like a equal balance. Consume the right content so you kind of know what's already out there, what ideas have already been done, and then remix what's been done into your new idea of creating. So if you can have a balance of consuming and creating, I think that's the key to success.
To implement then what you actually are consuming.
Exactly, like the events that you put on, or the networking events. I mean, it's nothing new to create an event, but how you create the event and why you create the event is the unique part of it, which I think that's what it's all about. But to talk about what I do,
Yeah.
my passion in photography has always been to tell stories and to create things that are authentic. I remember I didn't want to do content of models and stuff like that because it was like, yo, this is posed and staged. I always wanted to do street photography. So I've been blessed to be able to win an award for a documentary that I did on a surfer from Cartagena. And now we have another documentary, a full-length documentary from a runner from Guatemala that ran across the whole country.
Nice.
Yeah, and the whole vision of that documentary was to bring awareness and attention to the contamination that Guatemala has, which Guatemala, if most people don't know, Guatemala has the largest amount of body of water in the world, but the majority of it is contaminated. So doing projects that that are cinematic, but they're attached with a message and a purpose behind it, that's my passion. So like in Medellin, I'm working on a lot of content around food, culture, and things you can do. Where you can meet people. To me, it's valuable. So being able to combine just cinematic content, filmmaking with a purpose behind it that's valuable, to me, that's what it's all about. Because anyone can create something that's super cool and entertaining, but what is the value that someone is getting when they watch your content? That's what I'm focused on now.
The storytelling, the experiences, or something that's then create emotion at some point. I definitely can see that. And also the camera. We were also talking earlier that the camera is like also a big opener to networking, to things. Can you give like maybe some examples when you got into different networks or you made new contacts with just having your camera with you?
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, there has to be something unique about you that attracts people, that brings some sort of attention. It could be the style of your clothing, your shoes, you have a nice watch, you pull up in a nice car, people are gonna think, okay, what does this person do or who are they? If you pull up in a Ferrari, people are gonna think, okay, who's gonna step out of it? Their attention is already. So with a camera, it's the same concept. If you have a nice camera, people are going to, and they see it. A lot of times what I've noticed, some people ask me like, oh, are you a photographer? What do you do? It's a conversation starter. People are curious because it's something exciting and different and entertaining. I remember like, I used to go to, I still do this, but I'll go to a coffee shop or anywhere that I'm in a public environment, have my laptop, get to work, put my camera next to my laptop, and it's just in a location where people can see it. And it's just curiosity. I think at the end of the day, if you can spark curiosity in people, that's the key to starting conversations. And it usually comes from something external, because that's what's going to motivate someone to want to speak to you. If you see a pretty girl in a dress across the street, You don't know her personality,
No.
but you see her physical features and she's attractive. So now you want to maybe know her personality. But if she didn't have on that nice dress or she wasn't, walking in a certain way or whatever, you probably wouldn't, her attention,
Yeah,
wouldn't have
there's some
attracted
kind of
you.
attention that,
Yeah.
or yeah, even if it's only the beauty, but something, something needs to be there. That's 100% true.
And it's like, it's not about being flamboyant or trying to just stand out. But with soccer, back to the sports, my dad always told me when you're on the field, you have to stand out. You never know who's watching. There could be a coach of Barcelona, of Real Madrid, Arsenal watching, and you have a great game and you're standing out. You might get an opportunity to try out for that team. So in life, I feel like it's the same thing. You need to stand out and attract attention, just like social media. Once you attract that attention, what are you doing with it? That's the most important thing, is what you do with that attention. Because anyone can do something weird to get attention, but once you have that attention, how are you going to use it to add value to your community, to yourself? I think that's really the most important part. But without the attention, it's hard to have an impact.
Yeah, that's true. And also when you talk about adding value, doing something like photography or filmmaking. So even for people you don't know, that just doing for them, providing something, that's like giving value.
Yeah.
It's not something that you come there somewhere and take value. You actually go there and you can provide something. And like you say, nowadays people just like to take pictures. They like to when they're, like I said, the attention is on them also. So especially, okay, girls, but also men, they like to have this feeling, oh, I have some cool pictures when I went out, or I have like a cool video. And that's so much value what you can give with such, let's say, small effort, but it can create a lot great connections out of it.
They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. You could go on a whole amazing experience to Japan, and people will go on trips and not take any pictures of themselves, at least. So when you take a picture of someone and they look good, they're gonna remember that forever. They'll always remember you. If I take a great picture of someone, they're not gonna forget me. They'll always remember that moment whenever they look at that. If I can show someone their beauty through my camera lens, they'll always remember me. And then that person, throughout their life, they're gonna connect with different people. And then those people are gonna bring up photography, videography, or, oh, I have a new brand that I'm starting and I might need a commercial. They're gonna remember, oh, I met this really cool guy in Medellín. He took pictures of my friends and he did a music video with Karol G. People are excited. Yeah, people are excited to like connect. Everyone wants to be that person that can connect someone to someone important. It feels good. Like, oh, you need a rooftop bar. Oh, my friend owns a rooftop bar. And if they end up going to that rooftop bar, you're gonna feel a little proud, like you were able to.
That's like also a simple way to provide value, connect. That's like also a simple, because many people ask me, also in my coaching business, okay, how can I provide value, right? I think the most easy thing to do are two things. Is even if you are somewhere doing content for somebody, even if you do a snapshot video, and the second thing is just connect people, even like random people. Even only the art of connecting people already provides value, even if they maybe they don't have a connection, whatever. But only the act of doing it can create so much value, and it's very, very easy to do. Because I just met you, and then I can, hey, meet my friend so and so, or hey, that's the guy who is organizing the event. He's doing that. So you always try to connect people, and that's why I'm also doing this event, just to connect people and provide value. I maybe can give you an example. One of my nightclubs events, I had one nightclub event. There came like a girl with my table and another guy, and only I connected them, and now they are working together. Like after 2-3 weeks, they're doing business together, right? And then I met them, I think last week or 2 weeks ago again, randomly in Provenza here, and they saw me and I saw them. Okay, they're both on the table. I say, hey, what's going on? And then they were super grateful. Hey, yeah, we are now working together. Only thank for you because we went to your event and you connected us, but we would have never met. And that's, like you're saying, that also gives you a lot of satisfaction.
It's fulfilling.
It's fulfilling. And then you also see, okay, that's like massive value to these people because they are super grateful and I'm grateful. And at the end, then for my next event, they have done other people, they are suggesting to me. So they are doing the same because they want to give back the favor. And they say, hey, I have maybe these two girls or two guys, hey, they want to join your event. And yeah, I connect them with you. So that's like then the whole connection which you can create.
So that, okay, with all that said, so I have a question then.
Yeah.
How do you, what price or value do you put on connecting people? Because I've noticed like I naturally will connect people, you naturally connect people. At what point where you're like, wait a minute, this could be an actual career, I could monetize this or make money from it? Like how do you monetize connecting people together?
Yeah. That's actually this similar for you. People just come up to you and offer you money, or to just get in touch with you and ask you, hey, can you show me how you do this and this, right? Because I was in the past posting a lot about my events. Like I was always doing a lot of reels, a lot of content events I do, even if when I'm going out, when I'm on traveling when I'm meeting people, I always I was producing content and putting on my Instagram, and just other people just see it, and at some point they see you so often that they think they are familiar with you and they hit you up, hey, that's amazing event that you did, how did you do it, right? And there are coming these questions slowly, and at some point somebody asks you, hey, I want to do the same, I want to go out more, I want to talk better to people, I want to learn how you do it. And then you meet up and you go out together, and then at some point you say, hey, I would really want to learn more about you. And that's how you then monetize it, that people say, okay, I don't know. And they even say something, I pay you, whatever. And I say, okay, let's do it, whatever. And that's how you then actually get into first customer, sometimes our friends or friends from friends. So it's like word of mouth. The people come to you and then you start coaching them. And at some point you think, okay, this could be something you could do more professionally. You can start a business. You can even then get clients which don't know you before. And that's where I'm at the moment. Then teaching different guys, like connecting, going out. Just also some people, they need to learn how to approach better people, how to network. And it's not about creating events all the time, that it's some step down the road, because not everybody can just start and, hey, I put now an event. You need to start first, like with people, go to the right places, find out which people you actually like, not just go randomly in a bar, but go there where you actually want to meet the people you want to be with. And that's how I got into it. Similar to you, people just then come to you and offer you money.
I feel like people are the most valuable asset. We talk about, a camera is a tool, a cell phone is a tool. But people at the end of the day are the most valuable tools out there. You connect with enough people, you're probably gonna have enough business. For me, I've never spent money on ads or marketing. Everything has just come from relationships or doing things for, I don't wanna say free, but for the investment. Like I might do a photo shoot for a restaurant, but I know that maybe that night during the restaurant, there's a big event going on of successful people. They'll see me working, and now I can make some more connections.
Yeah.
So like you have to do things intentionally. I like what you said earlier though about how it's valuable for a man or a woman when you're able to and bring people into your own space, into your own environment, versus always seeking and going out. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like what is the psychology behind being able to create a space that's comfortable and valuable for people to come?
Yeah. First of all is the leadership effect.
Okay, yeah,
Like
yeah,
if you are a guy that is organizing this event and the people they come, they see you automatically as kind of authority, which puts you a little bit, okay, this guy is important, even if you're just, I don't know, organizing a dinner, whatever. But you are the guy that getting things done, are the leader, and that's where people look up. I mean, not only girls, like girls, they naturally then are drawn to people, or let's say to men that are leaders. But also other guys, they say, hey, he got his stuff together. You know, he makes something happen, and that's really draws in people into your life. And the good thing is, if you take control, you have can decide exactly with which people you want to connect, right? So if you have the control, you probably won't invite people that you don't like, or you look for people that you say, hey, I would really connect with this guy, with this girl. I would like to meet this person, and which is more easier than to do it yourself and say, hey, I'm taking action, and actually I bring the people in my life. It's nothing wrong to go out to clubs and bars and to connect, but I think that the next natural step is to create your own thing and then get people together. Or you can even like do collaborations with other guys that have a similar vision to create something even bigger if that's what you are into. But in general, it's just to be the leader and say, okay, I'm the man in this case, and I make things happen.
I like that. I'm the leader and I make things happen.
Yeah,
That's good. That's got to be what's it called?
like a hook.
A hook, but like a word of affirmation.
Oh yes, yes.
I'm a
yeah.
leader and I make things happen. It's like it goes in with everything, like with filmmaking and directing.
Yeah.
The director's job is literally to lead the set, to lead the team, to make sure the actors are performing how they need to perform, to make sure the story is being executed how it's supposed to be executed. And that takes communication, that takes bringing the right people together. I remember I did a music video in New York for a big artist named Dave East. Super difficult. I was on the phone all day for the week leading up to the shoot. People flying in from Florida, New York to be a part of the shoot. And I had to organize all of these different things. But afterwards, I just received a massive amount of respect, and it was great. Because normally I might just be on the camera.
Yep.
I might get booked for a shoot, I show up and I shoot. But when you're organizing everything, there's a certain leadership component.
Yeah.
And then that respect pours into all of the teammates, the team members that are there.
Yeah.
So I get it. It makes so much sense.
Yeah, and it's of course it's attractive to the opposite sex, if this makes sense. And it's not that you. I always say, yeah, if you are the leader, if you organize things, you don't need to chase. Like you don't, people then actually coming to you, and it's not that you then are always like the chasing position of, especially let's say for example girls. If you starting to chase them, so that's I like to change the frame a little bit. I like to they more than coming to me. It's not that I'm not yeah, or not taking or not giving attention or something like this. But it's still like I don't like to be the chaser all the time. So that's why I also then try to even if you're just going out, people, you can ask people just, hey, if you like, you can join. If not, it's okay. I'm doing it anyways.
Yeah.
So it's then up to the other person to decide if they want
Put the
to
ball
be
in their
my
court.
wife or not. Yeah.
Put the ball in their court.
Yeah.
Make people make their own decision, but give them the option.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when I'm traveling, my best experiences are when I meet a local person and they're like, yo, Cam, you gotta go to this restaurant, you gotta check out this waterfall, don't go here. That makes, I automatically like want to be around that person more, or I enjoy them because they're like giving me some sort of like roadmap or game plan. But when I'm on my phone Googling where to eat, what's the best waterfall to go to in El Salvador, or it's okay, but it's so much better when someone just has it laid out for you and like, hey, do this, this, and this. And I think it's similar to like if you put on an event, or you invite someone to something that you're already going to anyways, it puts them in that state of mind of like, okay, well now I have a cool option. This person knows what they're talking about. They're probably done it before.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they feel comfortable and excited versus just like looking up somewhere to go and then not being sure if it's the right place. There might be a million sushi bars in Colombia, but there's probably 10 that are amazing. And you want to make sure you go to the ones that are amazing. So I think it's the same type of concept.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a curious question about why Medellín? Why do you think you are planning to move down here? What are your plans coming here?
Well, one, it's super beautiful. Culture, after learning Spanish, I really began to enjoy Colombia a lot more. I remember I first came to Colombia to film a documentary for a surfer in Cartagena. We did a lot of filming. And one of the cities we filmed in was Puerto Colombia, which is like 20 minutes north of Barranquilla on the beach. I met a girl during that trip. We ended up dating for almost 2 years, I would say. So during that time, I was just immersed into the culture. I made a lot of connections and friends, and my Spanish got really good. And it felt like a second home for me. I just feel genuinely more happy in Colombia than I do in the United States. The United States is amazing for making money, business opportunities. But Colombia, just from the food, from like even let's just talk about the dating life. Like I feel like culture is different here. Women are a lot more approachable. People like to dance. The culture here is more sexual, so it's normal to
Have more contact with body contact with each other.
yeah, and I think to me that's enjoyable. In the United States, you don't get that as much. Women might be a little bit more standoffish or playing this cat and mouse chase type of game, like, oh, who's gonna pursue her? Who's gonna pursue who first? Here in Colombia, if a girl is attracted to you or she's interested in you, you'll know. There's no like guessing. That's one thing that I enjoy. I feel that it's mainly the culture, the people, the social life, the dating life, the cost of living. Cost of living is a huge thing.
Definitely.
I was paying almost $2,000 a month for my apartment in Tampa, and I was never there. They didn't allow me to turn it into an Airbnb. I couldn't sublease it, and I'm traveling, so I felt like, I'm wasting all this money.
Yeah.
When you could live in Colombia on a level much higher than that for half of the price. Now you need to make your money in US dollars, of course. Like, if you can make your money online and live here, make your money in dollars, pay your expenses in pesos, it's really a cheat code. It's a cheat code.
Yeah, it's definitely from the costing point. It's also the cost and also the service level. What you get here, it starts from
Service too.
Getting food or in the gym, like having a personal trainer in the gym,
A chef.
a chef, whatever. It's like so many things are convenient for you, like on a service level, which is not very expensive. Like if you earn in US dollars or euro or whatever, like international, if you come from international first world country, and then it's so convenient to live here. Or even you can call your doctor at home, everything, like get your organic food.
Today I got an IV,
Oh, okay.
mobile IV service.
Yeah, exactly.
Pulled up to my Airbnb, did the IV service, paid her, and she left. In the US, you might spend $500 to get a mobile IV service. Like it's not as convenient. You might spend thousands of dollars to have someone that's working at your house, helping you cook and laundry and clean your house. That's, those services are reserved for usually more wealthy people.
Yeah.
But like a middle class person in the US could afford that here. And that's what I think is great. And, if you have a chef, someone that's cooking meals or meal prepping for you each week, imagine how much time you can save.
Exactly.
You might spend an hour and a half, 2 hours a day cooking. Those 2 hours could be spent investing in your business, investing in yourself, doing something, revenue producing activity. That's what, I feel like Colombia, you can buy a little bit of your time back because the cost of living is a little bit lower.
Yeah, 100%. And then you can actually focus on the things you want to achieve, the things you want to realize. So you don't need to have too much headache about let's say, normal stuff, especially as a man who don't like to clean and do all this kind of stuff. That's super convenient. So I really enjoyed here. I mean, I will stay another month here, but I will probably come back at the end of the year. But still, it's like, yeah, I recommend to everybody coming here, staying at least a couple of months to check it out, to feel the vibe. Don't get drunk, but other than that, it's it's a super place. But that's too usually certain kind of people.
And that's the thing is like, which, you know, people have different reasons for traveling.
Yeah.
Some people want the nightlife. Some people just want wellness and relax and just get away. Some people are on like a honeymoon. Some people are traveling with a group of friends. You know, there's missionary trips. People are traveling for business, content creation, and you know, so there's something for everyone at the end of the day, and that's really why I'm motivated to work more within travel and tourism and leverage my skill set and content to help grow that. So I'm starting a brand actually called The Travel Groove because a lot of times when people travel, they don't know where to eat, where to stay, maybe where the best views are at, different things that they can do. So the concept is, the idea is that you fill out a questionnaire to figure out your traveling style, what you want out of your, and then we'll create a curated travel playlist or an itinerary for you based off of your traveling style. Some people just want to party and go out.
Okay. Yeah.
So, okay, well, here's a list of the top rooftop bars in Medellín. Some people just want a culinary experience. Well, here's the top restaurants that you could go to. Here's the top mom and pop street food places you could go to. So I want to really create a new type of travel experience for people that's more curated because everyone's different.
Yeah. It's very then individual to each person to see, okay, what do they like, what not. And yeah, I think that's missing a lot. I think it can be very valuable for a lot of people because we have a lot of people coming in here, but also people that are already live here and looking for for new stuff anyway. So I think that can be valuable for a lot of different people, 100%. And also if you combine it then with what you do with maybe content or whatever is there in the background, I think that would be a good match.
I agree. Well, so I don't know how far we're into this conversation, but I want to know a little bit more about what your goals are with One Social Life. Like, what is the bigger picture? Where do you see this company in the 2 years?
Yeah, of course, like the first big step at the moment is to build a community of like-minded individuals. I have a school group where I give a lot of free training. I have free courses about all these different concepts about networking, meeting people.
Real quick, for people who don't know, what is school? School.com.
School is like a platform where you can build communities. It's similar like a forum where people can post different topics. There's a classroom where I can upload videos for trainings. People can watch it. I have a calendar where I can host weekly calls, training calls, where people can jump on, ask questions, or just consume any kind of topic. So it's a very easy platform to connect people, and it popped off the last probably 2 years. It became very popular in the space, and it's very easy to connect people with each other. And that's my vision to build this community. It's totally free, but from there, then also provide my topics, and then work with people that want to go deeper on one level. And the farther vision down the road is, of course, as I'm traveling currently, or I'm staying here like for 5-6 months, but then I'm traveling somewhere else. And the vision is to give tools people on the hand. Then if they come to a new city, they don't know exactly how to connect the fastest way possible with people. Where do they need to stay? What do they need to do? How are their logistics? how to meet people, how exactly what kind of people they want to actually meet. And that's something where I have a big vision on doing, that people can, when they are in new cities, build this up and everywhere they go, right? And then there are a lot of different thoughts of doing masterminds. Maybe could be trips together or living program, something which still in the future. I don't think too much about it because I'm living the moment. But these are some, let's say, ideas which probably will happen in the next 2 or 3 years.
I like it. I love that. I feel like now the way social media is, community is everything. It's not just about how many people you have, but how tight is that community? How valuable is that community? How dense is that community? Can you go and message someone else within that community and get advice on something? That to me is where the real value is if you build a community of like-minded people, each person that joins that community, now they have resources. Like if I was in a Medellín community and I'm coming to Medellín for the first time, I'm gonna probably have a great experience because I know locals and I'm gonna get great recommendations. But without that community, you're kind of just on your own. You might be a little lost.
Yeah, 100%. And also, what also plays a major role, if you are networking with different people and you do, for example, collabs, like with our working together with you, if we even could do an event together and then inviting different kind of people, talk about different topics. You know, something that combines, like you can talk about a lot about your passions, about what you do. I talk about my things. We maybe have another guys joining, so it's like gives you like this huge network effect, and also working together with other people that want to go in the same direction with you, which is creating things, providing value, helping people out, and that's like also a big vision what I have to bring, let's say, a lot of knowledge maybe in one room, in order to then just help other people to improve their lives.
That's the key. If you can, what you said, really bring people to one room and help people connect to each other, create something together, and what else? I don't know what the last one is. But as long as you're providing value,
Yeah.
bring them together and providing value.
Yeah, and also, especially here in Medellin, you have, let's say, a big community of, let's say, business owners, of people that are doing different things. You can learn a lot from these communities here, and it's the community. How can I say? It's not like it's like very huge. You can go to different events and meet these people quite quickly, which are usually more difficult to find in the US, because you need to be in Miami, or you need to be in I don't know, Vegas, New York, and all these, let's say, big cities. And here you have all, let's say, in one cities, and a lot of, let's say, very creative people, business owner that had a lot of different strategies where you can learn a lot, and you can all them meet in one place, which is here in Medellin. That's why this place is so great of network and meeting people, which you definitely cannot meet. Of course, Miami is also a good place to network, but it's like more concentrated here, I feel like, in these other big cities around the world.
That's what I love about Medellin also, I forgot to say, is the diversity. Yeah. You have people from all over the world, not just Colombian people. Like yesterday I had a meeting with a guy from Canada who's been living here for 10 years, has a wellness IV company. That's who I actually got my IV from. Is,
okay, that's funny.
But you see how what I did is in exchange for a free IV appointment, I offered him a video in exchange. So I filmed my whole experience, and I'm going to speak about it. And then, so he's going to get that value. I got a value of getting, free nutrients injected into me. And I think that's the biggest thing is, are you creating a win-win situation? Are both people getting something or some sort of value from this? Like the one social life events, like the yoga event you just did with the ice bath. I met a great guy named Reem from the Netherlands.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Great guy. Met him, who he actually invited me to something tomorrow night.